Are you tired of manually extracting data from hundreds of PDF? Today, with the help of no-code automation, we will show you how to extract data from PDF, specifically invoices and medical prescription, and transfer this information to Google Sheets and Monday.com automatically. This powerful automation will not only save you time but also ensure accuracy and efficiency in your data management process. Before we go in detail, let's check out this cool demo. Here is a sample invoice where we are looking forward to extract product name, quantity, unit price and amount. Also, we will extract information like invoice number and address. So this information will be pushed to a Google Sheet automatically. So in Google Sheet, I have created all the headers like invoice number, date, due date, from. And similarly, I have created a board in Monday.com known as invoice data, where there are columns like invoice date, due date, from address, from email, etc. Now let us go to that cool automation we have created. So here is the automation workflow. It's very simple. So let me click on run once. So on clicking run once, it will go through each different modules like Google Drive, OpenAI, and then Monday and Google Sheet. Let's wait for a few seconds. So it has processed Monday and Google Sheet. Now let's go to the Google Sheet. Wow, this is really cool, guys. So you can see here invoice number 231, invoice date 11/05/2020. Let's go to the invoice. See that exactly the invoice number has been reflected. Invoice date you can see and the due date, and you can see the from address to address and the total, right? The product information, the line item information, their amount and the total amount, that is 12,512, which is clearly reflected here in the total. And the same we can see in Monday. See here the invoice number is there, invoice date, from and from address to address, subtotal, you can see the total, all the details about the product line items has been reflected. Cool, right? So now let us go in detail. To start the automation, we are using a platform known as Make. Make is a powerful platform where you can connect 1,000+ applications. If you are new to Make, don't worry. We are going to give you a sign up link where you get a pro plan for free with 10,000 operations, and you can find the link in the description. Now, this is the interface that you're going to see when you join the Make. Basically, you will be in the organization and then you will come to the scenario, and here you can click create a new scenario. So let's go to the new scenario. And then we need to understand how we are going to build the workflow. So here, as I mentioned, we have the invoices where we have product, quantity, unit price, amount information. Also, we have its metadata like invoice number, due date, invoice date, bill to information, ship to address, etc. So the whole idea is, if you're getting invoices, you might be downloading it, or you have set up a VA where they will download a particular folder. So we can create a Google Drive folder as shown here, an invoice folder, and your VA, or you can keep downloading all these invoices here. And in the automation, we can start watching for the new invoice that comes to this folder. Cool, right? So let's see how we can get this. So coming to the workflow, we have to search the Google Drive module as a trigger, and I'm searching Google Drive. You can find the module watch files in a folder. This particular module will trigger when a file is created or modified in a selected folder. Guys, be cool. I'm going to explain you this workflow step by step in detail, and if you have any query at any moment of the video, feel free to tag the timestamp and ask your question. Our team is dedicated to answer to your queries. Okay, so we will be selecting the module watch files in a folder, and this module, the heart of any module that we begin with an application, is connection. So we have to click add, and then we need to add the connection. If you are not aware of how to add a connection, you can follow the guide provided here, and once you add the connection, I have already connected it. It's very simple, and you can go to select some of the configuration options like watch file, where you will be telling what to watch, whether it's created file or modified file. So we go with created. and where to watch like share drive or my drive, and similarly like the folder to be watched. So as I mentioned, I have created a folder invoice under PDF data extraction, which is a parent folder. So we need to select that folder and then proceed. So to make it simple and easy in watching my entire video, I have created the workflow and I'll be using that workflow to explain you step by step. So let's roll up to that scenario. So here you can see this is the entire workflow. It's very simple. So as I mentioned, we started with watch files in a folder. It's opening. So here I selected by created time. I selected shared folder because I'm using a shared folder. Then I have selected the folder to be watched, PDF data extraction and invoice. That is, it's showing the entire route and the file type to watch. So we can give here files or Google Docs or whatever option we need. Like suppose you want to watch a drawing or slide alone, you can select that particular option. So I've gone with all option. And then limit. So the limit is, this is a schedule trigger. Say I have to watch for new file every 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I have to configure the scheduling. So while scheduling, I can tell, hey make watch for new one file or latest 5 files. So that is a limit here, how many files I have to watch for, and then process it in the workflow during each execution. So I have provided the limit as 1, right? And then once we get the file, so I'll just go and run this. So to run it or while testing, you can do this following step. Right click here, choose where to start, select the option choose manually, and then select the option that the list of the files that will be shown from the latest time to the oldest. So I'm selecting the file, pressing OK and running this module. So now we have received the output, the file extension, and you can see the file name, right? Invoice example.pdf. So we have the file ready as an output in the module. Now the idea is to grab the details from the PDF. We need to download it and extract the content. So we have to use download a file. So you can see here in the Google Drive section, you can search download. You can see a download a file. I have selected download a file and already connected here. It's very simple. In download a file, while opening, you can see the option enter a file ID where I selected manually and map the file ID. So the file ID you can see from the previous module. What is the previous module you're watching for? New files in the folder. So that will give you the file ID and just we need to map the file ID. So once it's mapped, you can press OK. Now what will happen? It will download the file as a binary data. I'll just run it and show you. Choose where to start, choose manually. Yeah, I've selected it and processing. So you can see that it has downloaded the file. So here you can see a data. This data is binary data. We cannot see the content inside it. Now we have an app. We are going to use an app that is DocCrafter is the application name. So you can just search DocCrafter. So under DocCrafter, it's a cool application where we can do a lot of PDF operation like PDF generation, conversion, extraction, then QR code readers are available, file operation, splitting of PDF, etc. So we are going to select a suitable operation based module here because we have the content that is the downloaded binary data and we need to extract it. The data is in the form of PDF, right? So let's type extract PDF. Yeah. So we can see there are two options: extract test from PDF, extract test from PDF compatible for PDF with images. So I've gone with this module, extract test from PDF compatible for PDF with images. And there it's very simple. Here also we need to add the connection. You can add the connection. If you have any query on connecting this, you can use this online help. And then once you add the connection, you have to select the input type. So either you can pass the PDF URL or PDF data. So I've selected PDF data and automatically it will show the mapping from download a file, or you can select map to change the file name, if you want to modify the file name that gets uploaded to DocCrafter, you can use this option, but that's not required in our case. So select the Google Drive download a file option, and then what's the test language, so that we need to mention. So our invoices are in English language, so we can select English. Definitely it will support other languages as well. And then choose the option no, press OK, and let's run this these three modules together. Definitely guys, this will be a game changer. The DocCrafter module will be able to extract the PDF data easily. So let's select this, choose manually, boom, let's see. So it is processing. You can see the data. So it has extracted the data of PDF. You can see it's in a disordered manner, I would say, because that's how the PDF extraction tools will extract. They just extract it and give you, right? And now we need to make it in a structured manner. So there we use the intelligence of AI, that is OpenAI. So let me connect the OpenAI module. So you can see the OpenAI module here. So in OpenAI, you can also click plus OpenAI, and you can see here the module create a completion. So you need to select create a completion prompt module. Yeah. So that module once selected, I'll just show you. So to give you a little bit background, this is the heart of our scenario. The AI performs so well that it will understand with our instruction what needs to be instructed and how the output should perform. And the output will be given as per our input, where we can easily map in monday.com as well as in Google Sheets. So if you see here, I've selected the option create a chat completion. Then model, I have selected GPT 3.5 Turbo. We can select other models as well, like GPT 4o. Okay, so I have selected 3.5, and then we have to give some instruction. So this instruction is in the form of system, user, and assistant. So system is just mentioning that you are a helpful test structuring assistant. It's very simple. Similarly, in assistant, we can give a JSON structure. So you can create a JSON using JSON online editors. So it's very simple. It starts with curly braces and it ends with another curly braces. Like there's an opening curly brace and closing one. I can share this JSON and the Google Sheet which I have shown in the demo in a file in the description, so that it's very easy for you. But definitely this is going to change based on your requirement. If it's an invoice, you have to go with this structure. If it is a description of a medical report, you need to go with that particular structure, right? So here I've created a JSON with starting with curly braces, invoice. Then I mentioned about invoice number, date, due date, and all these information. And you can see here I've given an items as well, where it's an array. Array starts with a square bracket, where I have given multiple product, because an invoice contains a multiple product. Don't worry guys, I think you might be thinking, hey, how can I create this JSON structure, right? So that's why I mentioned I'll be putting this sample structure in a file in the description. So then going forward, so in the assistant, I'm just mentioning, hey, this is one of the example JSON, one of the example JSON that I need as an output. And then going below, I have set up user. So in user, I mentioned, please structuralize following tests with JSON format. And I have mapped the output from DocCrafter. So as I mentioned, DocCrafter is giving the output of the entire PDF content. So just map here and mention that also please make sure to abide following conditions when reply. So what are the conditions? Reply should be in proper JSON format, as I want to directly paste into a code. And this is the output format, that's the JSON. And then only map data which I specified, and if it's empty, leave it empty. And output should start with braces and end with closing braces. Yeah, and date should be in a particular format. So if you're from US, just follow MMDDYY format. So just mention this, all these system, user, as well as assistant to make your data output better. So let me show you how this is going to be. Let's run from the beginning. Let me click run once and let's see how OpenAI gives us the output. It's processing. So you can see here the result is in the form of a beautiful JSON. See, invoice with invoice number, invoice date, due date, from address to address, items. I'll just zoom in. See, all the items are available. Now our job is to parse the JSON, give it in a proper way so that I can connect it, right? So to do that, you can click on the plus and select JSON module. So in JSON module, you can see the JSON module. You can see parse JSON. So I just connected a parse JSON module where you map the result variable from OpenAI. So once you connect the result variable, now this will be again tricky. You will be seeing that. Let me run it again. Alright, so it has run. Now let us see the data. You can see that the parse JSON has outputted invoice number, invoice date, due date, from and to addresses as a collection, right? So you can see the collection. All this in an impressive way that we can easily map in subsequent modules. Cool, right? So now let's see how we can connect this to Google Sheet. So as I said, we are playing with Google Sheet and Monday to input this information. If you want to stick with Google Sheet alone, then it's fine. So it's all about your CRM. If you use HubSpot or if you use any other like Airtable, you can push the data to there as well by connecting their modules from the make.com. Yeah. So just I have connected router. So router you can find here. So basically router is just to create branches. So if I select router, I can create branches. See here. So I just created like added router to connect to Google Sheet and Monday, because then we need two routes. We can also connect it like in a sequential way. Yeah, so cool. In Google Sheet, we are adding a new row for the main information like invoice date, then invoice due date, invoice number, and then the from address to address. And then we have information about product quantity, rate, amount, etc. So that we can add below as another rows. So you can just search for Google Sheet here. You can see the Google Sheets module application here. Then you can find a module add arrow. So once you select add arrow, as I said initially, the heart is connection. So you need to just connect to your right Google connection, and then you have to select the Google Sheet where it is located. So I'll be providing the template in description. You can either follow it or create yourself one template. So just select the Google Sheet from the spreadsheet ID. So you can select the right Google Sheet. See Google whatever the folders you have in the selected drive, whether shared drive or my drive, it will be populating here. So select the correct destination of the spreadsheet, then select the sheet name, and then you can mention so I'm just selecting the sheet name, and then you can mention whether you have headers or not. So if you have provided different headers, you can select those headers and then map those variables that is output from the JSON module, like invoice number, invoice date, due date, etc. So I'm just we can easily map by selecting these options. Make sure that you're not mapping the collection variable here. So you can see here from to, do not map it. So just expand the collection and then map like company, address, email. Do not map a collection inside Google Sheet, it will throw an error. Yeah. So once you map it, what it will do, it will add the initial or the main basic information. We are not adding anything about the product. See here, invoice number, invoice date, due date, from to, address, etc. Right. So then we have loop of line items. So if we go to JSON, we see here there are details where there is line item. See 1 2 3, it's an array of 1 2 3, right, collection. So for that, to loop through an array, we have iterator. So you can select iterator from this section, flow control, and once added, map the item. So you can see the item here under details. You can see item, this item needs to be mapped here. So what it will do, it will loop through each item and then we connect again another add arrow module, so whatever we added here. But the difference is, instead of mapping invoice number, invoice date, we will be mapping remaining information like product. So we from the product items, line items, we are getting product name, quantity, unit price. So we'll be mapping these information, right? So just map this information, and then we are good to go to populate it automatically in Google Sheets. So let me run this. I'll disable the root of monday.com. I'll just disable and I'll run from it from the beginning. Let me run it. So it's running, guys. It's processing the OpenAI section. Yes, so you can see in Google Sheet. Let me open. Cool, guys, you can see the entire data has been scrapped from the invoice and inputted in Google Sheet. You can see the invoice date, due date, from address, then subtotal, and if you go towards right, you can see the product information, quantity, unit price, and amount all scrapped beautifully. So just let's verify this. If we go to the invoice, let's open the invoice. So you can see here, the invoice number is 231, invoice date 11/5/2020, due date is same as invoice date. So the same thing you can see over here. Let me scroll towards left. You can see 11/05/2020, 11/05/2020, and the main important information is about the amount 12,512 and the quantity 1022. So let's see all this information if it's correct. Yes, you can see the total is correct and the quantity is correct, all good. So I think you're so excited about this. We can do the same extraction even for any Gmail data like lead extraction or some bill information. Now let's not wait, let's go and push this same information to Monday. So it's very easy. So in order to push, like in Google Sheet we use add arrow, for Monday we use create an item. So if you go to the Monday modules, you can click plus and do the same thing. So I have already loaded the Monday module here. So just select create an item. So once you select create an item, this module will come. So if you click create an item, as I said initially, it has two parts, the configuration and the connection part. So in the connection, you can click add, and there you can see the API key option. So in API key, you need to input the API key from the administrator of monday.com. So if you go to the administrator panel, you can see the API key and you can easily input here. Or you can use the online help option which is provided here, which will give you a guided tutorial on how to input the API key. Then you can give the item name, what kind of name should be there, like invoice number or the customer name, right? You can map from the JSON module that we have passed initially, and then you can select the board where you need to push the data. So our board is known as invoice data. Then you can select the group if required, and then you can pre-fill all the information. So we have information from the drop down, like what should be the column name. So we have the column name from here, from discount, due date, from address, from email, invoice date, etc. So select the relevant column names and then map it from the JSON module. So you keep mapping the general information, the main metadata, as we did for Google Sheet. And then same as Google Sheet, we'll be connecting the iterator to iterate through all the line items. So once done, we can go for creating a sub item. So in Monday, the difference between Google Sheet is like and Monday is like Google Sheet. In Google Sheet we keep adding rows. In Monday we have an option of parent item and sub item. So let's say for example we have here an invoice number, we are going to input 123. So it will be the parent level, and then we can go and enable a sub item level. See here. So what we are going to do, we are going to create an item with all the main information, and the line items will go to sub item. So for that, if you go to scenario, I have connected another module that is known as create a sub item. So just click on the Monday app and type create a sub item. you can see this module and then just connect it. It's very easy. So once you open that, you can see the connection and item ID. So item ID is what? The parent ID. So parent ID is from the previous module. The Monday create an item module will output the item ID. So just map that item ID. So if you click on the field, you can see the ID here. Just map this ID and the sub item name. What should be the name of that sub item? So I have given the product. So that is multi-jet printer or whatever the line item name comes. And there also it will populate, or you can input the column ID, column type, and you have to input the values like quantity, unit price, and amount. So cool guys. So let's run this. It's very easy. It's same as Google Sheet so far. Now let's go and run this together. So I'm just enabling the root of Monday. Okay, let's run this guys. So let me select the invoice. Okay, it's going to run. So let's see how it comes. So right now we are running for both Google Sheet and Monday. So it will be appending the information in Google Sheet. So let's see how it comes. So you can see one more new item has been populated in Google Sheet with all the line item information. And in the Monday board, if we open the Monday board, great guys. So you can see here one of the item 000231, which is the invoice number has been created, and with all the dates like invoice date, due date, from address, and the sub item. This is the cool feature of monday.com. So you can see the sub item like laser mouse, dual HL monitors, multi-jet printers, their quantity, unit price, amount. So I feel like you will be excited to implement this in your daily PDF data extraction. So that's about the PDF data extraction on invoices. Now let's see quickly. We don't have to rebuild everything. It's very easy on how to extract data from a medical prescription. For that, I have created a medical prescription in Google repository. You can see one of the medical prescription, how it comes. See here, there are a lot of medicines like tablets, the dosage, duration has been inputted here. So you can see another medical prescription. You can see here like medical medicine names like tablet, demo medicine 1, demo medicine 2. It's a sample prescription, right? So the scenario is same. I just replicated it, but the only difference it comes is in the prompt in OpenAI. So I said you in the beginning, the heart of this workflow is OpenAI, the AI. So here, in the last workflow, we have explained the invoice structure, right? The JSON structure should be with invoice number, date, etc. But when it comes to prescription, the JSON structure will change. And I just created a JSON structure like you can see here, doctor, his name, title, license number, patient details, and then it's about prescription and medicine array. So in last time I explained about item array. If you go back and watch, you will understand. So there is a square bracket provided for medicine, and then what is the medicine number, name, dosage, duration has been provided as an assistant, and the same condition is been inputted here, right? In users, please structuralize following tests with JSON format. Also make sure to abide following conditions when reply. So like the data, name of patient, sets, age, medicine, dosage, duration, and date. Output should start with opening and curly braces. So all those same conditions will come, and we'll give an empty JSON format as well, so that it will work as expected. So now let's go and see how the data comes. So we have the Google Sheet ready for prescription as well. I have created a sheet, prescription sheet, and we have another Monday. So if I go to monday.com, you can see the Monday board known as medical report. So now let's go here and let's run it the same way we have run the invoice scenario. So I'm going to choose where to start, selecting one of the report. Let's run. The AI is working now. It has pushed to Monday, and now it's pushing to Google Sheet. So let's see guys, let's see monday.com. See here, a demo patient is created and you can see the sub items. So with all the tablet information like demo medicine 1, demo medicine 2, the dosage, duration, all extracted exactly the same, the power of AI. And let's go to the Google Sheet. It's loading. See here, it has filled the information like demo, patient, age, male, fever, medicine name, dosage, duration. Date is in numbers so that we can go to format and just format it easily. So we have to just select the date format. So date is also populated fine. So, what do you think, guys? We are on a mission to build an automated world. Join us in implementing AI and no-code automation across businesses. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and let's create an automated future together.